in their prime? Better than Kobe and Shaq, perhaps? LeBron was fantasizing on the gram about what it would have been like to be a Laker when the Mamba was still in his prime, posting this. Imagine if we had, it wouldn't even be, never mind, 23, 24, living legend, sheesh, happy Halloween. Stephen A., who would have benefited the most if Kobe and LeBron played together?
LeBron James. He would have benefited the most. I don't think there's any question about that. When you look at LeBron James and his greatness as a player, think about the adversity that he went through to get here. But also think about the fact that for years, he didn't really have anybody staring in the face that was the living embodiment of accountability. Somebody that would be in his face challenging him to do what the hell he was supposed to do. Max Kellerman, and if y'all could get that footage for me that I asked for from y'all this morning. Max, I want you to look at this. This is I think it's a 2012 All-Star game. LeBron has the ball, all right? He has the ball. Kobe is D'ing him up, face to face, right there. It's him and Kobe. And he tries to throw a court pass, and Melo, D-Wade, and Kobe are all getting on LeBron. Why? Because, and even Darren Williams of all people.
It's the All-Star game, brother. People want to see this.
It's the All-Star game, and what they were doing is, remember, LeBron James had yet to capture a championship. And what was the knock against him? What are you doing? Take it. It's yours. This is your time. What the hell are you doing? I picked that moment and asked them to show that video because it crystallizes my point for this particular argument. Those years where LeBron James was maturing, but couldn't get himself over the hump, was devoid of the killer mentality, was susceptible to what people said and what they felt, how he has openly acknowledged how it inhibited him for years. That's why he calls losing in the finals to the Dallas Mavericks his greatest achievement, because with his show The Shot, which I said it was a very good show, he's doing a good job with it. The point is, he was saying it was his greatest achievement. Why? Because when he lost, that's when his whole mentality changed. He hunkered down. Pat Riley, D-Wade, everybody, they got on him. He had to ultimately embrace who he is, but also embrace the fact that you got to step up and embrace the challenge and take what is rightfully yours. If he were playing alongside Kobe Bryant, he'd have never had to go through that for that long period of time, because Kobe would have been in his behind from day one, demanding that greatness shined. It would have shined considerably earlier, and we might be actually having valid comparisons to MJ.
Well argued, but you're wrong.
I'm not.
You are. Now, for the sake of argument here, what does LeBron really mean when he tweets that out? Well, Kobe and LeBron were both in some area that you can still call their primes. You could say it was a little post-Kobe's prime and a little pre-LeBron prime when they were both two of the best players in the game. Let's say LeBron had been on the Lakers then. Phil Jackson is still a coach in the league, whether or not in that year he's coaching the Lakers. Let's say Phil Jackson's their coach. That's a realistic scenario where they could have played together and under those circumstances. That was also a league before the three-point revolution, really. Before D'Antoni's system kind of seeped into all coaching systems and totally changed the game, the Warriors dynasty, etc. Now, you mean to tell me LeBron benefits more from that pairing than Kobe? Think about this for a second. Phil Jackson coaching Kobe and LeBron. You know what he has there? He has a slightly toned-down Michael Jordan and a super-duper Scottie Pippen. They would have never lost. They would have won all the time. And the reason is, Kobe, finally, you know, when he played with Shaq, he played with a physical force of nature.
Carter, you do understand that Kobe Bryant never played defense like Scottie Pippen, right?
I'm talking about LeBron James as a super-duper Scottie Pippen. Kobe Bryant as a slightly toned-down Michael Jordan. Kobe in his prime played with a physical force of nature in Shaquille O'Neal. An unstoppable force. And they won, they three-peated. They won 3 consecutive championships, something the previous incarnation of Laker greats with Magic Johnson, where Pat Riley coined three-peat, never did. But there was friction, and it didn't last as long as it should. And even, except for that one year where they, went through the playoffs with only 1 loss to Iverson Sixers, they were never quite as great as maybe they should have been in those other, a little more vulnerable than they should have been. And the reason was, Kobe was playing with a guy who demanded the ball. In LeBron James, he's playing with an unstoppable force of nature, a physical freak, in a way like Shaq in that way. But who is a pass-first guy who's saying, yeah, take the ball. Kobe would be able to shine unlike he did in his actual career, which is just about as brightly as anyone who ever lived. Not only would they win all the time, Kobe would finally be set up in a situation where he could be shown at his very best, a long-term situation where he'd win more championships than anyone else and get the ball when he wanted it. Kobe would have benefited more.
How many more rings would Kobe have had?
Several.
You sure about that?
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you something. How many more would LeBron have had?
Several.
Far more than Kobe. Kobe already got 2 more than him. The fact of the matter is, let's be very, very clear. Again, I talked about what served as an impediment to LeBron James' success for the first 8 years of his career.
Well, you're saying they're playing together their whole careers?
No. What I'm saying to you is that I'm looking at it from the perspective that LeBron being with Kobe would have never went through what he went through for as long as he did. Kobe Bryant had gone to 7 NBA finals. Kobe Bryant had captured 5 NBA championships. So you can modify it to some degree and throw an additional 1 or 2 in there, whatever the case. But I'm not even going by the numbers per se in regards to Kobe. I am saying that the number that I'm paying attention to is not championships. It's years of unnecessary adversity that LeBron James went through because he didn't have a teammate like Kobe.
I got you. Here's the difference. Who would have led the team in scoring and the league in scoring all those years? I'm asking you a question. Who would have led the league in scoring?
Probably Kobe.
Kobe. Who would have been the alpha on the team?
Kobe.
If Kobe gets 7 championships with the numbers he would have had playing next to LeBron James, people would today be saying Kobe Bryant's the greatest player of all time, and people like me who would say, and maybe you who would say, time out, MJ was better. We'd have to point out the reason Kobe looked as good as he did is because he was playing with LeBron James, this unselfish superstar who was passed first. But the general consensus by now would be Kobe's the greatest player of all time. That means he's benefiting more than LeBron.
I don't know if it would have been a general consensus, number one, because the biggest thing about Michael Jordan isn't the 6 rings, it's the fact that he was undefeated in the 6 appearances and he retired from baseball. So not only did he have 6, there are people that believe he could have had 8 straight because he would have beaten Houston.
How many times would Kobe have lost with LeBron?
I'm just saying that, well, we can speculate about that, but I'm saying when you look at Michael Jordan, he won 6 straight. I'm sorry, he won 3. He three-peated twice. And the 2 years that he didn't win was because he really wasn't playing, and those were the years Houston won it, and a lot of people believe Chicago would have.
How do you say these parents? How do you say these parents?
All I'm saying is this. Again, when you look at LeBron James, did you and do we not pay attention to what those first 8 years cost him?
I'm not arguing that LeBron wouldn't also benefit. They would clearly both benefit from playing together.
What I'm saying to you is that the exponential benefits comes from LeBron because of how he suffered.
If you are not, Kobe Bryant is not considered the greatest player of all time, except for some Laker Kobe fans. He's generally not even in the conversation. Some people who say, "What about Kobe?" are putting him below Jordan still. Most basketball people. If he played with LeBron, he'd be considered the greatest ever, in my opinion. Not that you or I would agree, but the consensus would be that means he benefits more. Say these parents, Shaq and Kobe, right? Shaq's name comes first. MJ and Pippen. MJ's name comes first. Kobe and who do you want to say? Wade, Kyrie, whoever you want to say. Excuse me, LeBron and those guys. LeBron's name comes first. Kobe and LeBron, Kobe's name would have come first. However much credit LeBron would have deserved, even if LeBron would have been the better overall player, it would have been Kobe the alpha, Kobe's team, Kobe getting the credit.
But what you're missing is this. Kobe Bryant isn't considered the best the best ever because obviously MJ and him played the same position, and we're going to think MJ first, and I get that. But it's not like you look at LeBron James because LeBron James is playing the same position and has the same responsibilities as Kobe. We look at LeBron James as the greatest small forward who ever lived, the physicality that he brings to the game, him being 6'9", 260, chiseled brick house, can handle the ball, a magic kind of player in terms of pass first, all of this other stuff, even though he has an obligation to score. People look at him differently. One of the biggest reasons that LeBron James is compared to Michael Jordan is because LeBron James came into the NBA giving everybody indications he was coming for Jordan.
Brother.
So the reason why those are the reasons why those comparisons. Because if you look at Kobe's game, his game mirrored MJ more than LeBron's ever did. It's just that LeBron announced to the world he was coming for MJ, and that's why everybody looked for those comparisons.
If you think of what MJ and Pippen did with Phil Jackson, which is one, go 6 for 6. Now take just a little bit of air out of MJ, just a little bit. Stop, plug it up, right? And do this to Pippen. Turn him into super Pippen.
Again,
you think they're losing?
You're looking at it wrong. You know why you're looking at it wrong? Because neither Kobe nor LeBron played defense better than MJ and Pippen. Neither of them.
They would be slightly lesser defensively and even better offensively. And on the whole, a LeBron-Kobe pairing in their primes would have been even better than MJ and Pippen.
Well, again, you're wrong and you're misinformed. Why? Because you're not bringing into consideration the game that they played compared to the game that MJ and Pippen had to play. Talk about the culture, how far more physical it was back in the day. Let's say, what would MJ...
Make it even easier for Kobe and LeBron.
What would MJ and Pippen have done in this era in terms of how soft it is?
Killed it. But so Kobe...
And again, their defense is elite.
Here's the
their
difference.
defense is elite.
Here's the difference.
Pippen
is not on anyone's list of top 10 players who ever lived.
When the Lakers lost the championship, I'm sorry, beat the Lakers for the championship. What happened in that series?
Who beat the championship?
The Bulls beat the Lakers in the championship, the first finals. You remember how Pippen was picking Magic? Well, forget all that. Pippen picked up Magic. And so if you guarded Magic, who's usually 6'9" and looking over defenders,
you think LeBron would have guarded Magic?
No. What I'm saying to you is that, but LeBron has never been a defender. Pippen is. You do know that.
Pippen is
It's not even close.
Pippen is a much more consistent defender. I'll say this.
Not only that, he's somebody that embraces playing defense.
No doubt. I wouldn't compare LeBron over the course of a season to Pippen as a defensive player. I will say this, in terms of versatility as a defender, LeBron is more like Dennis Rodman. LeBron, at his best defensively, could legitimately, capably guard all 5 positions.
That's not.
LeBron at his best is an all-time great
Once
defender.
again, that's why you shouldn't be talking basketball, because you're bringing up what he could do. I'm bringing up what he has done. There's been plenty of times. I will never question the ability of LeBron James. There's nothing he can't